Tedla from New York, you are most welcome.
Yeah, Shaka, I hardly hear you. Hear me good?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, good morning, good afternoon, Shaka.
I am
terrific. For me, the question of food security is basically a food security issue for Africans. We do understand very well. But the question, they phrased it was in a very dangerous way. What President Obama did is mixing Ghana with Ethiopia, a democratic country which really feeds its people, with a country which is on food aid for the last 2 decades. This mixture of people shows that there is something which you are really worried about. It is like Blair's African Commission in 2009 now become a Food Security Commission, where a dictator who is selling its land for foreigners, who is abusing his own people, come in Camp David and seen as a hero of Africans. It is shame and disgrace for we Africans.
Now,
that's
Tedla,
why we were protesting there. We are not protesting about investment. We are protesting about investment run by corporation to indirectly new colonize Africa. We don't need...
Now, Tedla, there's no question that you do have a very, very important point. But don't you think that perhaps you need to be a little bit more sophisticated in communicating your message to President Obama and his fellow Americans so that they can perhaps review their policy towards their homeland?
Let me tell you, Shaka, Ethiopians have petitioned the United States administration since Clinton what is going on in Ethiopia. Politely, with protest, with going to their congressional office, even voting for them. None of them listen to us. In fact, they think that our behavior means we are not naturally like aggressive. So what they took from us is that Ethiopians are just people really maybe better with them with the dictatorship, like what they were suggesting for the Egyptians under Mubarak. So these people maybe never understand democracy, forget them, they are divided, they are disunited. So we better support the dictator because the
what's about someone who will say, wait a minute, Meles is building roads, Meles is building dams which are going to supply electricity, Meles is building schools, Meles in some way, shape or form is trying to do what I said earlier, service delivery at the expense of basic and civic freedoms. What about that?
Let me tell you, Shaka, all this development now you mentioned, they were there in Gaddafi's, they were there in Egypt, they were there in Baghdad, even it's there in Saudi Arabia, in Bahrain. But the first thing people's demand is that they want to be ruled by their own people. Nobody wants to be dictated by any force. We don't live for bread alone. We are free people. We have to think. We have to educate our people, the young generation. No man is above law. Accountability. All this has come through democratization.
Thank you very much.